right, so we're here today to do a press release or a live feed with you guys, except it's not going to be live. That was our mistake. Evidently, I had no idea how to use YouTube. So I'll openly admit that. But we want to come together and kind of give you some background on us and what we're planning to do, let you know what we were planning to do, which has already changed even today because of COVID. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are having that same problem as well. But I guess, probably ought to just introduce who is here. I tell you what, George, you're on the far side, so you go first.
I'm George Pierce.
Denny Williams.
Colin.
And I'm Brett Moyne. So we kind of came together. It's kind of strange. It's really George's fault that the group kind of got started. George doesn't know, but he's really the start of this group.
It's kind of a long story, but long story short is I got into an accident where I lost my right leg. I knew of George, but really didn't know him. And he come visit me in the hospital. We got tied together, started racing together. It was kind of a passion of mine. So I was able to let George drive the cars I had, and we would just put our resources together. And through needing parts and whatnot, George introduced me to Brent. And we've just kind of took off from there.
It's amazing how it's come together.
Yeah.
So how does Kyle fit into this?
I'm just stepson. Love racing and everything about it.
He's the wrench turner.
He's a good crew member.
He's actually been with us since he was 11 years old.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, and that's fun because I think for all of us, more than anything, that's what we want to do. We want to go have fun. I mean, that's what it's really about. If we're not having fun, why do it?
Well, that's right. I mean, Kyle come into this at 11 years old. He didn't grow up into it. He wasn't even around it. He knew nothing about a race car. Probably didn't even know a race car existed.
No.
But he's grown into it, and he's actually a lot of good help, and he's learned a lot along the way. So probably more than what me and George what we knew going into it, and we've learned a lot. So we just thought it'd be best if we just all got our resources together and tried something different. And Brent will go into more what we're going to do.
Yeah, so I guess let's give a little bit of background. George, tell us, since you're on that side, you're the furthest away, you can't reach over and smack me. So as far as racing, where'd you get started? And you can even tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I spent 20 years in the Navy, and as a submariner, life expectancy is not that long after you retire. So I was talking to my brother. I said, "Hey, I need something stressful when I get out." He said, "Dirt track racing." I said, "Okay, build me a car." So when I retired in 2011, me and my brother built a car. And
the rest is history.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting because George's brother, Greg, still a good friend. He's still a customer. He's been a long-time customer of mine. And so, yep, I've knew your brother for a long time. So it was kind of happened that we just started doing business together because of your brother.
Well, when I started needing parts, he said, "I got the guy for you." He started coming to Crab Orchard.
Yep. Isn't that amazing? Denny, how'd you get into racing?
I actually got into racing. My family wasn't into it at all. And I started helping a friend of mine on his car. Just took a passion for it. Got my first car. Didn't know what I was doing. Then I started actually helping Wayne Hughes on my brother's car, and then some on Wayne's car.
Really? I don't guess I even knew that.
And that's kind of how I got started. And Wayne's dad, Chick, of course, gave me the first opportunity to drive. And it just kind of took off from there. I drove for Chick for a while. We sold cars. If anybody knows Chick, Chick's always for sale. So
Was that a street stock you started at?
it was a street stock we started out in. And from there, I took a little bit of time off and then ended up buying the street stock from Chick and then run it. And then me and him decided to go into open wheel modified. And I think it was more than what he wanted to do. So I ended up buying him out. We run it, and then they quit running them here locally, so I got a crate car and started running it for a while, and was in an accident, pretty much totaled the car. Mom and Dad got sick, so I kind of took a step back for a while, and probably about 4 years later, I ordered a new car, new open wheel modified to get back into it. And, before I got the car, lost my right leg and was in the hospital. Wasn't sure what I was going to do, and George pops in. So been racing ever since.
Yeah, it's amazing how things come
And
together.
then all of a sudden, I was driving an open wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, because you were running street stocks, and that's how you got into the open wheel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the time it happened, I'd bought a car. George was looking to buy a car, and he was buying a car locally. And he said, well, I don't know anything about it. You got to help me. So it kind of kept me from just sitting back, feeling sorry for myself, and just giving up and selling out and just quitting. George come along and made me come to the garage, and we just started racing. And next thing you know, we're putting all our resources together and going, just going and having fun. That's been our main thing. We've always said that if it got serious, we just hang it up. This is not serious. This is just for fun. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah. So I guess, man, I started racing when I was 8. That's going a ways back. I believe it or not, I started racing RC cars. My brother got me into racing RC cars when I was 8.
How did you fit on it?
Yeah, I didn't get to. but probably a couple of the guys that'll get to see this, I raced with them faithfully. Bill Pritchard and Bill Pritchard Jr. raced with them a lot, racing RC cars. And somewhere I don't know, 12, 13, started racing go-karts. Loved racing go-karts. I swear I don't know that I ever had more fun than when I was racing go-karts teenage. Now, granted, I had to pay for all my racing. It wasn't one of them deals where Dad paid for it. I had to take care of all of it. I moved a lot of grass to pay for some racing. But some weeks I got to race, some weeks I didn't. But man, I had such fun. My brother would go with us. Later in my teen years, Rick started racing with me as well, and so we both raced go-karts. I raced go-karts all the way up until I was in college. That was the last time I raced go-kart. And another person will probably get to see this video, my buddy Kyle down at RPM Performance. He and I hooked up in college, become friends, been friends ever since. He and I decided to go racing together, started racing in modifieds. And I guess of all the cars, I guess I'm the only one that didn't come out of street stocks. But I came out of go-karts, went straight into open wheels, and just had a passion for them. Obviously, with R&B Racing, we build the cars, we build dog wheels. That's kind of been my thing. I love them to death. And it's funny because, I've raced on and off, since having the business, I've raced on and off. But what we're getting ready to tell everybody we're getting ready to do is, I guess, a form of open wheel racing, but not quite the same deal. I mean, it's going to be different. So I guess I'll kind of lead into that. We are planning to put an open wheel, at least one, maybe two. Who knows what we'll do exactly? But we're going to put some open wheel modifieds together, get some new custom chassis built, and we are planning to do that. But we're not devoting all of our energy, would you say?
No.
We're not devoting all of our energy towards the open wheel. I think we're just going to race them more or less in the off time.
It's kind of something to fill the time and to give us the opportunity to keep going, so we're not sitting around losing what maybe we've gained. Because it's an ever-changing sport, and technology is constantly changing, and you're not keeping up if you're not involved.
Yeah, well, the bad thing is I haven't drove since 2014. It's hard to believe I haven't drove a car since 2014. I've been out of it for a while, so I'm sure I'm. I don't know that rusty would quite describe what that is. Stale, broke. I don't know exactly how you describe it, but yeah. So it's really exciting for me because I haven't even sat behind the wheel of a car since 2014. And to give anybody, of course, if you look on our Facebook page, you'll see a picture of it. In 2013, I flipped a car end over end, and then we ran a partial season in 2014, ended up blowing an engine. Well, financially, that put me out of the ranks for the rest of it. So, yeah, this is first chance for me to go back racing for some time, so I'm stoked. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, probably a little background to why we're thinking of doing this is we run cars, and we just felt like we were lacking in some areas. And so we took a step back in 2018, started running go-karts. We kind of probably done things backward to what everybody else is doing. And everybody started out in go-karts, but, you know, George been in the military 20 years, and, you know, we kind of come in up backwards, and we just, excuse me, we just felt like we were missing something, whether it was through setup, through driving, through whatever, so we got back into the go-karts, and now we've progressed into the go-karts. We've run the winged outlaw kart for a while. We're still playing with that, and then that's led us to where we're at today. Excuse me. Today, so that to partner up with Brent and do the things we're going to do going forward.
So, all right. So I guess that brings us to what our main priority, main goal is. So I've since when I was in college, I should back up, kind of give some background of what got me interested in this. When I was in college, I toured with USAC. I toured with them for 2 years as technical intern. Loved my time there, enjoyed it, had a blast. And ever since then, I have loved midget racing. And you know, I know we could go, you know, you can get into the sprint cars and all that, but for whatever reason, I just had a special love for the midgets. You guys probably didn't. I've never told you guys this. But Mel Kenyon, have you ever heard of Mel Kenyon? So Mel Kenyon, I can't tell you how many times USAC champion, midget champion he is, 6'7". But he's got an autobiography. Highly recommend it to anybody. But he was in an accident, lost his hand. He got burned 80% of his body. I got the chance to meet and talk to Mel Kenyon. Loved doing that. That was such a blessing to get to meet him. But ever since, I've just had a desire to go midget racing. And I guess me and you've been kind of got to talking about it. And after coming out of the go-kart arena, it seemed like something you didn't want to go back to full car racing, quite.
No, not quite. We really like the traveling when we can. I mean, it's not something we want to do every weekend. I mean, we're not opposed to it. It's not what we want to do, but it seems like for us, for the cars, to try to stay local, you're just banging your head against the wall. And we've met a lot of good people out traveling, and we really like the go-kart community and what we're seeing and the wing outlaws, and we just feel that's a better fit for us to progress through those ranks.
Yeah.
And just trying something different. We're not young pups,
Nope.
So.
I think I told you if we don't do midget racing soon, I'll be too old to do it.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're at. Is what do we want to do?
I've already been told I was too fat.
So that's why we're looking to go down that route, and plus it keeps us with the same crowd when we're out running our open, and it's just it's a different community, and it's a close community, and we enjoy it.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I liked is even looking at USAC's schedule was the fact that we might go race and pick the races are bunched up, so you might go and we get a race like 5 nights in a row, and then you're done for a month.
Yeah.
And obviously we're not going to be in a situation to run everything, or it's going to be hit and miss for us anyways. But if you're looking from an expense standpoint, that really helps to be able to bulk up and hit those. We're traveling, and I really think that it's going to be fun. So I guess the point of it is we're really looking at going into midget racing. We were planning to go this weekend down to Millbridge, and because of COVID, we found out earlier today that we're not going to be able to go to the race. But we did have a special invite.
Yes.
Yep. So throughout all this, kind of getting this lined out and thinking what we're going to do, we got in touch with Monday Motorsports. Mitchell is currently touring with USAC, and so we're going to be glad to. We got an invite to go down to their shop, check it out, and so I guess Saturday we're going to plan on going down. We're going to meet them, check their shop out, hopefully get some pointers on where we need to be and what we need to do.
Yeah, we're not just jumping into it. We're going to meet and talk to the people that's going to guide us in the right direction. So, I think we're being patient. We're finding our way through this and going to talk to the right people. So, yeah, we look forward to going down to Monday Motorsports, looking around and talking to those guys.
And I should mention, we'll definitely have some video of the trip, and as long as Bundy don't mind, we'll get some footage from their shop and maybe get an interview with him.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And see if we can't get some of that information from him. But so we're looking at doing some, I guess you'd just call it national midget racing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
We're not really entirely sure we're going to run USAC races exclusively, but we're just looking at doing some national midget racing and see how things go.
Yeah, we don't know where COVID's going to lead us, but we know we're going to be, especially, I'm not sure how much Brent's going to get involved into that, but we'll be running the Wing Outlaw.
Yep.
Basically with the same people that it's going to be out there in the midget crowd, or so we're going to hit the year, beginning of the year running. We hope to run with them in February in the Wing Outlaw, but not looking real good for as far as COVID goes. But definitely we'll be posting some videos, keeping everybody up to date.
So one other thing, obviously to get us going, we'll be talking to Bundy and some others so that we don't just jump in this and do the wrong things. But I know right off the bat we plan on getting a car, getting a midget. We're really looking for a complete car. What you say? We're looking for something complete.
Yeah, I think we need to start out with something complete. That'll be a ever evolving side of that. But yeah, to start off with, I think that's our best options.
Yeah. So I think we're trying to get us a complete car, and then obviously with Army Racing we do fabrication and everything. We build race cars, so we're planning to quickly move into building our own cars and with the machining capabilities we now have, hopefully we'll start manufacturing a lot of our own parts for the cars and front axles, primarily to save ourselves expenses. That's the primary objective, is to save it, make it more cost effective, but also it's convenience. If we can make it, we ain't gotta order it, we ain't gotta run and go get it. Makes it a little bit nicer on that front too. So, anything else you guys can think of that we need to?
The biggest thing I can say is, guys, just stay tuned. We've got Wing Outlaw carts, we've got street stocks, we're going to have open wheel modifieds, midgets. We're going to be a little bit of everything. We'll keep you posted with videos and hopefully keep you laughing.
So, before we take off, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and catch us on Facebook and Instagram. I'll make sure we include links to that down in the comments. Obviously, leave us comments if we'd love to hear from you. We want to know your thoughts, and hopefully this will be a fun journey together. We want to keep you guys posted on a regular basis. We'll also probably, since we messed up the live feed, maybe we'll come back after our trip to Bundy Motorsports and do us a live feed. Guys will get a chance to hear what's going on with us, and we can come back and do a live feed, and that way we can take some questions and maybe sum up, maybe get a better idea.
Maybe I'll be more confident, talk more.
Yeah, maybe George's a little bit shy, but we'll break him to that. It just take a little bit. And by the way, so you know, Kyle back here, he's going to be doing a lot of our video taking, and it's funny, we were talking about this earlier, but I didn't realize this was called vlogging. That was a new term for me. My sister, much younger than me, informed me that we were vlogging. I'm sure that means something out there to you guys, but it didn't mean a whole lot to me. But
It's just fun to say.
yeah, it is.
Vlog.
Vlogging. It is. It's kind of, like, whatever that is, that's what we are. But we're glad you're going to be a part of it. And anybody else got anything?
No, just hit the like buttons.
Yep. Make
Follow,
sure.
subscribe. Integrity Motorsports.
Yep. You guys have no idea how much that'll mean to us. We really appreciate it. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon.